It started getting to the point where like bigger names were like knew where we were, and then like Hannibal was supposed to come, and then literally he DM'd me on Instagram and was just like, that TikTok burnt y'all up. I'm like, damn, dude, like even Hannibal knows we got shut down.
What's up? Welcome back to the Chop Shop. We got another fantastic guest, one of the creators of the Humboldt Jungle, the viral sensation that was in a basement of Humboldt Park and then got too big, and then the government found out about it and shut them down, but they will not be stopped. I am here with Nathan, what'd you say your last name?
Weil.
Jewy Jewface?
Yeah,
Can
exactly.
I call you that?
Yeah,
Are we on the same page?
that's
Okay.
perfect.
Yeah, I'm Nathan Weil. How you doing, man? Thanks for being
I'm
here.
good, yeah, dude. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. I also have a Jewy Jew face. Yeah. I go by Brad Kaufman or Brad Jewy Jew face, depending on who I'm talking to. So you grew up, I was talking to Joe Eames, the other half of Humboldt Jungle. It's just the two of you, right?
Yeah. I have some friends who have been collaborating and helping put on the shows for years now, but Joe and I made it together,
Yeah. So you and Joe grew up together.
Yeah, he's my older brother's best friend.
So you're younger.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's 3 years older than me.
He's your older brother's best friend, and you guys grew up in Highland Park?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to school?
Well, Deerfield.
Okay.
Yeah, I lived right on the border, so we just went to Deerfield schools.
Oh, you were over there.
Yeah, I was over there.
Over there.
Yeah. Where'd you grow up?
I was in Buffalo Grove.
Oh, okay.
I was
over
like,
there.
Yeah, over there.
Really over there.
But I went to Stevenson, so I wasn't too far from Deerfield. My cousins all lived in Deerfield. What year did you graduate?
2012.
2012. My cousins, Nicole Abramson and Hallie Abramson, went to Deerfield.
I know those. I feel like those names sound familiar, but
They're all right. Love you. I don't know how old they are. They're probably 26 now.
okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm 35.
Do you know Mark Neerman?
Yeah.
Yeah, he helps me with the Humboldt Jungle.
Oh,
He's a
does
good
he?
friend of mine. Yeah,
Oh,
he was
sick.
at my house earlier. Shout out Mark.
Shout out Mark. That's cool. So just curious, where'd you go to elementary school?
Kipling.
Kipling.
Yeah.
So for like a couple years, my mom and I lived in like this apartment in Highland Park.
Okay.
And I went to Indian Trails Elementary.
Yeah. I had some friends who went there.
Did you?
Yeah.
You know what I think is the funniest thing about Indian Trails Elementary is one, I don't think they've changed the name from Indian.
I don't think so.
Two, they made us all do like a school song. And they had us put on like headdresses and like Native
Indian
American shit, yeah. And the song went like this. It was whoa, Indian girl.
That was the Indian Trails fucking song they made children sing.
I remember my parents showed up to like some like stupid thing you go to in kindergarten for your kids, and we all had this like Native American stuff. I have a staff, and we're all going whoa, Indian boy, and they were like, what the fuck?
Yo.
Isn't this a bunch of Jews in the Highland Park?
Dude, that's wild. I didn't know that. I'll have to reach out to a couple of friends who I know who.
Yeah, ask them if they remember the song. I might just be too old. That might have been my generation. Yeah, they indoctrinated us young, bro. All right, so you grew up there. You went to Deerfield High School.
Yeah.
Did you play sports?
Gymnast.
You were a gymnast?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gay.
Pommel. Yeah, exactly. Since a young age. No. Pommel horse specialist.
You did the pommel horse.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Did you not fucking with me?
No, I'm not fucking.
That's
with
so cool. How long were you like competitive, or you just did it because you were good at it and made the team?
No, the team was like anyone could join.
Really?
Yeah.
There probably wasn't that many people trying to join.
No, there weren't. At least by the time I was a senior, there were like 50 people on the team.
Okay.
Which was like the biggest it's ever been.
Yeah.
But I was in varsity like my sophomore year, And then I just like did too many drugs and didn't take it seriously. So I eventually like quit and then went back and then just didn't really care.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Is this you?
I mean,
is that you, that Asian guy?
Yeah, that's me, the Asian. Actually, the girl doing with the feet by her head.
Yeah,
that's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were pretty good.
I was okay.
Yeah,
I could have been better if I applied myself, like all my teachers said.
You could have been great.
Yeah.
What drugs did you start? Oh, hey, I forgot at the beginning. But if you're having fun and enjoying this conversation, and you want to hear more about Humboldt Jungle and great other guests, subscribe now. Hit that like button. Hit that follow button. Show them where it is. Show them where it is.
Like right
Nathan?
here.
Yeah.
Probably right there.
Hell yeah.
I thought you said you were going to interrupt with that.
I forgot to do it at the beginning.
You just did what you didn't want to do.
I know, but if I did that, it didn't work out. It wasn't so bad. I feel okay. I was like, I don't want to do that. That's so tacky. And I was like, I forgot to do it.
Yeah, it's okay.
But you did it for us, which is great.
I got you guys right here.
The pommel horse. What were we just talking about?
Drugs.
Oh, what drugs did you start doing?
Like my freshman, sophomore year, I was like doing a lot of coke.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Let's go back in time. Did you just start at 14 doing coke, or had you?
No, I started smoking weed at 11.
11.
Yeah.
In Deerfield, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then actually, there's like a lot of people. My twin brother beat me by 2 weeks.
Do you feel like you have a twin too?
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's because you had an older brother and he was probably 14 doing that shit?
He started smoking weed after we did.
Yeah. Loser. That's gotta be embarrassing to be the older brother and find out your younger twins are smoking weed.
Yeah, right. Like,
oh, there we go.
That was just stuff I was
some
doing.
Nose candy, baby. We're going skiing.
That's what got me, was the pink, actually.
The pink?
Yeah, I was like, oh, that looks good.
You that's what got you, the color?
No. Yeah? It was just regular white cocaine.
Yeah. Well, the pommel horse, the pink, I'm just putting pieces together.
Yeah. The leotards.
Used to be an Asian lady. At 11, where do you even get weed being like in 4th grade?
My neighbor.
Was he an adult?
No, he's 5 years older.
Oh, okay. So you just got it from another child.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you went to a gas station and they were like the cool gas station.
No, I mean, we're in Highland Park. Like, there's no
There's not a lot of gas stations that are cool.
No.
Well, we had a cool 7-Eleven. You could like buy a lot of drugs at 7-Eleven. But it was, to your point, it was mostly like the dropout kids at like 16, 17.
Yeah, exactly.
Who would hang out by the dumpster and sell you MDMA and shit.
Right. Yeah. That was, like, I like hung with them, but I hadn't dropped out yet. I did drop out of high school, though.
So you started doing coke around 14, 15.
Yeah.
And then you started selling it.
I started selling weed. I didn't sell. I sold coke a few times, but I usually just did it myself. It was so hard.
Limitations is
Well, it was hard to get it. Hard enough to get some.
Yeah.
That I could never get enough to sell, and I didn't have the money.
Yeah, you weren't in that racket.
If I had the money, I probably would have sold coke.
Yeah.
For sure. You can make some crazy money doing that.
I know, but wouldn't that have scared you at like 12? Or 15? You didn't care?
No, I didn't care.
Wasn't even thinking about it?
No.
Okay. So you hit your drug phase. I'm sure it didn't stop there. Did you go to college?
No. Oh, I'm actually in college right now.
So you just a little delayed?
A little delayed, yeah. So I dropped out of high school.
No way.
My senior year, and then joined the military like a year later.
What did you drop out for? You hated it, or you're like, I'm going to be a rock star?
No, dude, I had no idea. I just fucking hated school. It was just the worst place for me.
And then you joined the Navy.
Yeah, I joined the Navy 2013, and then did that for a while, for like 3 years.
Damn.
And then, yeah.
And then you did that. You stopped doing the Navy. And then when did you get into like... Well, you're a musician, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What else would you call yourself? Like, you sound like you do all the filming for Humboldt Jungle too.
Yeah, I do the filming for Humboldt Jungle. I do I've done like a bunch of things. I was working for a couple construction companies doing coding and consulting after the military.
Oh, damn.
And
what'd you do in the military?
I was a firefighter.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That's sick. A naval firefighter?
Yeah. It was cool. It was we didn't fight a lot of fires. I mean, that was the point.
Someone was doing their job good. Did you live on a ship?
Yeah, I was deployed for 6 months in 2014, it was like shitty, but it was also cool because we were like all over Southeast Asia.
The ship. Where do you remember docking in Southeast Asia?
We were in Guam, Kwajalein, Indonesia, Brunei, Maldives, Singapore, Thailand, Guam, and Japan.
Okay, so it was like the southern portion of Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
What was your favorite place?
Japan and Thailand.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah.
How long? How long? You were just on a ship for 6 months with these other dudes?
Yeah, it's like 100. There was 180 guys and 4 women.
Dude, how uncomfortable were the women? Were they tough as shit? Or were they?
Yeah, I mean they're all tough relatively, I'm sure, but the one woman Chang, she got chief engineer is like the nickname is Chang.
Oh,
and she was a big woman. You don't want to fuck with her.
Okay, yes, I'm wondering, like, you got to be a tough lady to be around 180 dudes that have only been around dudes for 6 months.
Yeah, for sure. And then at one point we had 220 guys on the ship, so like I felt because it couldn't have been good for them. But they had their own staterooms and shit. They had,
Yeah, that's nice. They get their own room.
Yeah.
Oh man, what do you remember being like the hardest part about being stuck overseas? Did you was it like combat overseas? Or
no.
The Southeast Asian Sea from China.
Kinda. Like, I mean, it was like the ship we were on was getting decommissioned, so it was like a farewell tour for the ship. It was like 30 years old, so
they just sent you out on a farewell tour for this boat.
They like we didn't have any missiles. Like we had some torpedoes and a cannon, but like it was not enough to protect ourselves. So like when we were going
show.
Basically like it was like we just did a foreign relations thing and like worked with other militaries. Did exercises, but like at one point we were in the South China Sea, and this is like 2014 when like tensions were like starting to get really big, and they just started doing that thing where they were like making their own islands in the South China Sea and then claiming the whole thing as their own.
Yo, okay, I don't know about this. Tell me about this. This is interesting.
So, yeah, it was like right around, I don't remember what escalated it, but it was just like China just started going hard on like telling different countries like international waters was theirs.
Oh yeah, they were trying to secure all the. I do remember they still be doing that.
Oh yeah, for sure. But this was like when it really started for some reason, and so we were like they sent us to South China Sea. We were there for like 3 weeks, and then we woke up one morning and like there's no comms on the ship. Like we couldn't reach. We had no internet access. Like we couldn't do it. Like reach out to our families, and they were just like, yeah. So like you guys are gonna be able to talk to your families for a while. We're like, they're like maybe like a few weeks. And like I was married at the time, so like I just like went silent to my fucking wife, like
oh my god,
and
somebody send a message.
Eventually they let us like send a couple messages, but basically it was because like there was 6 warships and 5 Chinese submarines like just chilling around our boat for 3 weeks, calling and their captain was calling our captain every day and being like, if you don't leave our waters, we're gonna blow you up.
Oh fuck, that's stressful. Did you know? Did they like tell you? What
they
was
told
going
all
on?
of us.
So are you guys just freaking out?
Everyone's just like, "What? We're gonna die."
Yeah.
Like, and they had this. I worked a night shift, and so like I'm flipping through TV like one night, and they had this infrared camera that they have on these giant cannons, or they call it Sea Whiz. They like shoot like crazy 25,000 rounds a minute, like. And you just like flipping through and it's just like fucking green with the crosshairs and you just see the outline of a Chinese ship and it's like only a mile away.
Damn.
And the captain was like, don't worry. The closest support is an aircraft carrier and the planes can be here in 4 hours. And we're like, we'll be fucking dead by then.
Yeah, right.
So
this will take like 3 seconds to hit.
Yeah,
but they felt stupid for sending you out with for show weapons.
Yeah, we got stuck in Hawaii, which wasn't bad for like a month because our one cannon wouldn't work. It would shoot one time and then break. So they just got the nickname One Pump Chump.
Nice.
And then we'd go out like trial, they'd shoot it, break. We go back into Hawaii. We're all like, oh no, we're stuck in Hawaii.
Oahu, that base in Oahu.
Yeah.
I had a buddy who was in the Navy that was stationed in Oahu.
It's nice out there.
He loved it so much he stayed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't think I could live there. It's too small.
He does. He's got an interesting gig now. So he was in the Navy. He quit the Navy after like 4 or 5 years, and now he lives in Hawaii where he was stationed. Kind of. I think he met a girl or something. But 6 months out of the year, he takes this boat to New Zealand, gets work in Alaska as a welder.
Oh, sick.
And then does that for like 6 months, makes like a couple $100K.
Yeah.
They chills for like 7-8 months.
I know some guys who did similar things after the military. Like I could have gone merchant marines, and which is just like the UN.
Is that like
USNS
war for hire?
No, it's like the oil tankers that go and refill like freight ships and military ships and like restock
Merchant
them.
Marines, where the Marines make their money.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Those guys go out for like 6 months, make like $250, $350 a year.
That's crazy. And then you chill for 6 months.
Exactly.
But is it stressful? Do you not know if you get the job when you come back from chilling, or do you have
No, you're like it's like some contract based thing, so you're guaranteed work
for like 4 years?
something like that. Yeah,
That's so long. That's crazy.
yeah. I met some guys who were like had mad money, like multi-million dollars, like just from doing USNS ship, like merchant marines for a few years.
I don't doubt that. That's crazy. So most of the money is made after the military.
Yeah. You don't make shit in the military.
Yeah.
We got married because we couldn't afford to live together, and so like I went from making $23,000 a year, like full pay, to $46,000 because they gave me like a housing stipend every month.
Because when you're married, you get a pay bump to cover her.
Yeah, exactly. So I was making $46K. So like as a 21-year-old, like that's not bad.
Where were you stationed when you weren't on the ship?
Everett, Washington, and then Norfolk, Virginia.
Everett, Washington.
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes north of Seattle.
Okay.
Maybe a little longer.
I do shows in Seattle every once in a while. I got some buddies who live up there.
It's a great city, yeah.
You know what pisses me off about Seattle is that they don't know how to park.
No.
You could be on this side of the road going this way, and people will be parked this way.
Yeah.
And this way.
And it's all
in the middle of
hills,
the road.
so they're all fucking like, I've seen a few times cars like with their wheels pointed towards the road, and then the brakes give out, and they just go like this. It's like,
somebody teach these Pacific Northwest motherfuckers. But okay, so you did the Navy.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like. Would you call yourself a filmmaker? I know you got a lot of. Would you call yourself a guy with a lot of equipment that does cool shit?
That I kind of just like. So James Webb came to our show.
He was on the podcast.
Fuck yeah!
A couple days ago.
Oh yeah, that's right. He told me because I was filming a gig with for Pinky. We did her special.
Pinky.
Suburb. She. I
Is
don't
that her name, Pinky?
Yeah, that's what she
I don't
goes
know.
by. She's got like 1 million followers. Like she's. Like,
okay.
But she's hilarious. But yeah, we did her special. He was telling me about
Pinky.
I don't fucking know her last name. No, it's not her. Yeah, I don't know. She's Indian. Yeah,
This one's Indian or
like middle-aged woman.
Pinky
Patel.
Pinky Patel.
Pinky
Well,
Patel.
that answers the question. I was going to say, what kind of Indian? Whoa, Indian girl Indian or Patel?
Pinky, I think.
Pinky Patel.
But yeah, so she's funny. It was
Where'd you film her special?
at the Improv in Schaumburg.
Oh, yeah, that's a great club. Wait, he was telling me about this.
Yeah.
I didn't know who it was for.
No,
it's okay.
she's got like 1 million, 2 million followers. Like
That girl.
you just follow her
That
randomly.
girl's a fake pilot.
She's definitely
Could you imagine?
Pilot Pinky.
Could you imagine putting on like a fake uniform?
Is there? I can't. She's not.
Interesting.
Maybe she blocked you. Maybe you're being weird. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Okay, so you were helping him film.
Yeah, and he was telling me I do remember he told me he was just on the podcast like last week. Yeah, he came to the jungle in February 2022 and set up a bunch of cameras.
Yeah.
And like I didn't know, I just like never thought filming the comedy show was like a thing. That's definitely not.
Yeah, you the Humboldt Jungle follows it.
Pink Bike Ralph. I don't know who that is. That's her. Wait, she was right there.
Yeah, you should know who that is though, because you follow Pink.
I follow that pink page, whatever. Yeah, Pinky Patel official.
Yeah. Big bike around. Found her.
Yeah, that's her.
Pinky Patel.
Yeah.
Where's she from? Where does she work out of?
She's
New
like,
York?
no, she's Chicago.
She's in Chicago?
Yeah. Her home venue is Schaumburg.
Oh, so she's mostly in the suburbs? Because I've never seen her
Mostly
at like
suburbs.
Zany's or Laugh Factory. I'm not
I
saying
think
she
she's
has a
at
band.
Zany's every now and then, but like
Okay.
mostly the suburbs.
Well, they have a Rosemont one too. So
Yeah, that's
there.
probably where she is. Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, he came and filmed, and I just like never thought filming a show was like a thing. I just
Yeah.
I started running these shows because like my older brother's a tour manager. He's been working with bands for like a decade, touring around.
the building's falling apart.
Yeah, right. And he was like, hey, like I got a friend. This was 17, he was like, hey, I got a friend who's coming in town. He needs a place to play. Let him play a show in your living room.
Sick.
And I was like, no one's coming to that. And he eventually convinced me, and we had like 30 people packed in my living room in Logan Square. And it was like a lot of fun. And so I just kept running.
Was that like the first Humboldt Jungle, would you call it?
Yeah, because I still had like a lot of plants. It was like the whole vibe.
Yeah.
But it was just, it didn't really have a name back then.
So it really got this grassroots start because like you kind of teamed up with your brother, and he was like, "Hey, I have a band. Can they play in your living room?" And you said, "I don't give a fuck."
Yeah, I was like, "Sure." He would just be like, it started with like singer-songwriter stuff.
Okay.
And then we had this guy Rashadicus, who's a cello player, who's like insane. Came and play a show, and then I was like, "Okay, this is fucking dope."
Yeah,
like,
it started getting cool.
Yeah, it started getting really cool. And then I moved to Humboldt Park in 2019 and like didn't run a few. I had to like, the basement was a mess, so I had to fucking rip it all apart.
Was it your basement or was it a communal basement?
I bought the house.
Oh, it's your house.
Yeah.
Is this the basement?
Yeah.
That's the basement. Yeah. Yeah. That was. Did you see that? That was an April Fool's joke. I pissed off a lot of people that way.
Mayor Brandon. I did.
Wait, read the first one's the good one, but anyway, yeah, that's the basement. So like, I like started this, but it was like not anything near what it is now.
City of Chicago sees importance in community space, grants DIY venues like. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, I had so many people calling me being like, "Yo, congratulations." I was like, "Bro, what day is it?" Like, but yeah, so it just started in the living room, and then eventually I got the house and did like 2 shows in March 2020.
Okay.
So like literally like a week before the world shut down.
All right.
And then I like post-COVID, actually pre-COVID, Joe was bugging me to do a show, and I just like was like, no one's gonna come see comedy in my basement.
Yeah.
Like,
what kind of music were you doing down there originally?
like I kind of everything, like a lot of singer-songwriter stuff, like a little bit of punk rock stuff.
Okay.
Like I like that.
It feels like a punk environment.
A lot, yeah. Like basement shows in Chicago have like historically always been like a grungy punk type vibe, like very alt, which is great. But like I found that the crowd is like not the most respectful, and shit just like kept breaking, and it was a fucking mess.
Yeah,
if
you own the house, not a fucking chance.
For sure.
Yeah, that's like letting a raccoon loose in your car.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and so I just stopped doing that, and then I just stuck with like using it as a jam space with friends just to like play music for a while. And then Joe eventually convinced me to do the comedy show in August 2021, and I was like, sure. And we had like, I think we had 17 people, and 9 of them were comedians on the lineup.
Yeah.
And then
sounds about right.
And then the next show we had like 35 people, and then we every show after that. And they just kept snowballing. But James came and filmed, and I was like, you fucking do that? Like,
yeah.
So I just started like looking on Facebook Marketplace and shit and finding like cameras. I was like, what should I buy? And he was like, I don't know, get a Blackmagic. And I found a 4K, and then didn't like that because the lenses are fucking impossible to find. So I got 6K, and then I just kept finding them for deals. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna sell this guitar and buy a camera. And then the next thing I knew, I was like, had 6 fucking cameras.
Is that like a big passion of yours now?
I really enjoy it. Yeah, and people been calling me for video gigs and stuff, so it's like, it's nice to like have a like not just another stream of income, but also just like something fun to like sink my teeth into. Yeah. So like I get random calls for things I never thought I'd be doing, and then I'm just like, oh wait, this is actually fucking dope.
Do you ever like do porn or anything?
No. Brian LaRoe, he's a videographer. He filmed for a porno.
Brian LaRoe has done porn?
No, he filmed for a porno.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. He has a really good joke that the HR guy is some dude named Horny Randy.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's okay to have a boner at work, dude. We all do. Like,
crazy.
Yeah.
Why'd I ask you that? What were we just talking about?
Videographer.
Yeah, videography stuff. Yeah, so that's cool. And you got some sick equipment now. How long did the Humboldt Jungle run like successfully in that place before like the city shut you down?
Like they literally shut us down on our 3-year anniversary.
So 3 years, a long time.
Yeah, we ran about 100, roughly 100 shows in 3 years.
Do you blame that single Instagram influencer
1,000%
for blowing you up?
1,000%.
Do you know who it was?
I don't know the dude's name, but Best Date Foods.
Yeah.
Like he came. So apparently he asked Joe.
Wait, fuck that guy,
dude.
For trying to make you guys famous.
Right? Yeah. Yes and no. Like we probably could have gone another couple years. In the basement with, and we were starting to get like
the only dudes that don't want to leave the basement,
bro. I mean,
I'm not leaving the basement.
Sam Talent had been there 3 times. Like
you
know, like it started getting to the point where like bigger names were like knew where we were, and then like Hannibal was supposed to come, and then literally he DM'd me on Instagram and was just like, that TikTok burnt y'all up. I'm like, damn, dude. Like even Hannibal knows we got shut down. Like
it went so crazy. People were like asking me about the show, and I'm like, it's a show. Like, you know, go check it out. And then like next thing I know, it's like fucking shut down completely.
Well,
what?
Yeah, it's shut down completely.
Yeah, it's shut down. I know, but like who was it? The alderman or like the city?
The building department.
The building department was like, you can't
the
be throwing shows
BACP or BCAP or whatever it's called. Yeah, like I mean, they're like, you're in a residential property, you're not allowed to throw ticketed events.
Yeah.
And even though we said it was just like a suggested donation, they argued that it wasn't.
Yeah.
So, but it was 100% that dude's fault. He like told us he was gonna come to the show, and he asked if he could film, and I was like, just make sure you like let me know before you do anything, because like, and he was like, totally. And then he just posted the video.
He also didn't have to drop the address.
Bro, drop the address. The whole video was like him walking down the side of the house into the basement, showing 80 fucking
signs,
people. Yeah. And it was like the best hit or best comedy show in Chicago is hidden in the basement of a house down a secret alleyway. It was like, bro, you did
you.
And so it just like, he gave every fucking detail.
Did he ever reach out and try and apologize?
He never said sorry. I reached out to him and I was like, dude, like, what the fuck? I was pretty pissed. And because I mean, we spent 3 years on this thing, like, and it was just gone. But I mean, not really, but like, he just was like, and then the Sun-Times called me and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do a Sun-Times interview. And then I threw him under the bus in the Sun-Times article, and then he hit me up and was like, what the fuck, dude, you threw me under the bus.
That got him to respond?
Yeah. And I was like, nah, I'm just telling the truth, bro. You posted it. And then I started having other pages hit me up being like, that dude posted unauthorized videos of our business and got us in trouble.
Yeah.
And so it was like, clearly he's just like all about, you know, getting his views and shit.
That's so crazy. Yeah, this is the article. Humboldt Park Basement Comedy Club. We'll go to the top, please. Shuts down after Instagram video goes viral. Dude, that is the perfect example of like when people blow up your favorite dive bar or restaurant with like an Instagram video.
Yeah.
Like part of you is happy for the business, but sometimes the business can't take like a rush of 10,000% increase, and they're not prepared for it.
For sure.
And then it fucks the business because they're like, they ran out of food. What kind of pizza place runs out of dough? And it's like, well, they're not used to this.
Right. Well, like Best Intentions in Logan Square.
That was my favorite bar for
amazing, dude.
Years.
And then it got fucking put on that list of like top 50 bars in the U.S. And it just blew the fuck up. Every time I go there, it's like 45 minutes for a fucking burger. I'm like,
it's annoying, and the patio was my favorite place.
Dude, it was so nice. Now there's all these like Lincoln Park, Lakeview people hanging out there.
And they don't like when you smoke. It's like, I've been smoking here for years, motherfucker. I'm gonna smoke my joint. Get the fuck away from me.
They got a smoking section, and people are like, can you not do that near me?
Ugh.
Get the fuck out of here.
My move, so you live in the area. My move right now is for patios. You ever go to Go Tavern?
Yeah.
Love
They have a patio in the back?
Bro. If you're hanging out inside a Go Tavern, that's depressing.
I've been there like a handful of times, so I don't not regular there.
It's for people who don't know, it's half liquor store, and then like a bar, and it's just a bunch of regulars.
It's a very Chicago thing. They're all over the city, but Go Tavern is dope.
In the back, massive patio. It doesn't get that crowded. It's not like Best.
Nice.
People don't really know about it. They walk into the front and they go, ew, and then they leave.
Yeah.
Which is perfect.
Most of the time, it's like I go in just to grab either a drink or like a pack of cigarettes if I'm somewhere else nearby.
Yeah. And then I'll go to the Way Out for like a decent wings. And Scofflaw used to be a hangout spot too, but now it's also going crazy.
Yeah. The only time I ever go to Scofflaw is like at midnight when I'm like really hungry and nothing else is open.
Yeah. You ever go to Rosa's, the Blues Lounge?
Yeah, I play there a lot. I actually play there on Saturday.
No way. You play or played?
Played.
Oh, fuck. I wish I could have gone.
Yeah. I play there like, I mean, Tuesday nights usually like the hangout spot for me there.
What kind of band do you play in, or you just jam?
No, it's a blues band. This guitarist Joanna Connor.
I know Joanna Connor. She plays at Kingston Mines all the time.
I've been playing with her for about a year.
Oh, you play with Joanna Connor?
Yeah.
So do you play at Kingston Mines too?
Yeah, pretty regularly.
Oh,
we played there on Thursday last week.
That's amazing. Oh, you got to let me know when you're playing, man. I'll swing by.
Next time we're at Kingston Mines is the first weekend of June.
Fuck yeah.
Like 5th, 6th, 7th, something like that.
Yeah, this is my baby. I've been playing for about
it's beautiful.
25 years. I just got to play at Roses for the first time.
Hell yeah.
Did
you go to the jam on like a Wednesday?
No, it was a Saturday. I just went and I brought my guitar.
Who was playing?
I'll get the name for you. But I brought my guitar and they let me sit in for like 2 or 3 songs. I just had a lot of fun with the band and did my whole thing. It was really cool.
You sing?
No, I don't sing, but I talked. I talked my way through it. It was Mike's B-Day. A black dude.
Young, older?
Older. Man.
John Primer?
John Primer.
No shit, yeah. He used to play with Muddy Waters.
I didn't know
He was
that.
Muddy Waters' guitar player.
No fucking way.
I literally
John Primer? That's cooler. I didn't even know.
Yeah, dude. He's a legend.
His backup band was like...
Lenny's the drummer. I literally was on the phone with him today.
Bro, they are so good. I was like, let's just do a blues groove in G, like halftime of what you just did. And like, they found me immediately.
Oh, yeah.
And there was like a pocket. They're so good. My favorite person I've ever seen there is Cheryl Youngblood. You know who she is?
Yeah.
She's crazy.
She's great. Yeah,
crazy in a good way.
Yeah. She's got an incredible voice. She's got
call it
great
a pop
energy.
threat to the United Center. She's like crazy good.
Yeah. For sure, dude. I love Cheryl. She hosts a jam there like once a month or something like that on a Wednesday. You gotta let me know when
the jam is. I would love to come hang out and play. Yeah, that's Cheryl. Cheryl's crazy. She's like a Grammy Award-winning artist. You'd never know it, but she's cool.
She's phenomenal. She did a lot of like R&B stuff and like soul stuff before she came on the blues scene. She's a really incredible gospel singer.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, I've played with her. She's fantastic. But yeah, Roses is the
Swingers Cruise, I think.
Yeah, right. She was on tour with Ivan, the guitarist next to her.
Yeah,
is a good friend of mine too. And they were down in Argentina for like a few weeks because he's from there.
No, that's sick. Okay, so Humboldt Jungle gets shut down by that fucker.
Yeah.
You operate kind of underground again, but underground again for a little while.
I mean, we like took like 2 months off and then we came back and we've been just doing like the stipulation is like if you need any of their laws that require you to have a performing arts license. So like you advertising, open to the public and asking for tickets.
So now it's just like an on-demand thing?
Yeah. So it's like we just basically have like a list of people that we know, like we trust.
Yeah.
And then we just like, hey, we got a free show.
Oh, that's crazy.
And then, if they want to kick us something when they get there after the show, like we don't ask for any money, but so like we came back with Chris and Toomey in November.
Yeah.
And then we I don't remember we did December, but then we had I think Chris Higgins in January. We did something in February, and then we had Gianmarco Ceresi in March.
Okay.
Came down for a show. And then we're working on bringing it back. We've been like taking it off just because it's like with the pop-ups and.
Well, it looks like I guess that's all I see is the pop-ups. Like you did Promontory Point, you did Beat Kitchen. I think is coming up soon
tomorrow.
Yeah, so it's like you guys get these little. I guess I thought it was only the pop-ups and you were just doing that once a month, but there's a show that exists.
Not right now.
Yeah,
not at the house. No, not right now.
Okay.
we got some stuff scheduled, but it just with the pop-ups and like work or like school and my touring schedule and shit, I just like haven't had the like energy to welcome 100 strangers into the house.
Yeah. It is your house at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I do forget about that it's like your home that you have to clean up from. And
exactly. Yeah. And
go ahead.
No, the comedy crowd's like pretty respectful. So like usually we're like, put your fucking trash in the garbage, and they do.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Could you pull up the picture of the set again? One of my favorite things about it is just how beautiful the set looks. It's like really picturesque. It feels like it transports you some other place. Like it does not feel like your Humboldt Jungle basement.
Yeah.
It's just or Humboldt Park basement. It feels like the Humboldt Jungle basement.
Yeah, I just like it's kind of an extension of me. It's just like I love plants. It's like I love art, like things that are colorful and like things I just like have put, you know, kind of all myself into that, and it just became like this, you know. And then after running fucking 100 shows in a few years, it's kind of became like clockwork. So I like it's almost like a puzzle for me.
That's how I was going to ask how you take it on the road so well, because you just set up these places, and I'm like, where do you even?
So we painted backdrops. I got like a bunch of tarps or canvases, and then my buddy and we've got like 45 hours of painting into these backdrops, and we just basically paint. You can see it right there, yeah. So it's basically just 3 big backdrops.
Sorry, it was right next to the picture of the I have an IUD.
and it's just like we try to make it look like the jungle, and then we just put those up in the back and then bring all the lights, the plants, the instruments, and it, you know, just kind of like make it look like it like you never left the basement.
Man. The lights really make it.
All the lights, those pink lights in the
No, that's the house lights at the Promontory, but like the plant looking lights on, like if you look at the video of up a little bit, to the right of Calvin, so you can see like all the plants on the ground and all the lights there. Like I think there's one where it goes back and I zoom in on him. But like, so those floor lights, and then the tassel lights hanging from the ceiling, we just bring all that. We hang, yeah. So, and then, you know, just I want it to feel like you never left my basement.
It does feel like that, and it looks like that. It's very cool.
Yeah.
That is the feel like you never left my house, because this is all my furniture.
Exactly, dude. 100%. It's literally the exact same thing you would see at my house. We even painted like that window in the back of the fucking middle backdrop. I spent like 15 hours on that thing to make it look exactly like the window down there.
Did you?
Yeah.
So what's the goal for Humboldt Jungle? Do you want to like get back to the basement? Do you want to have like a permanent spot, or do you like these pop-ups?
The pop-ups are fun, but they're not my favorite.
Too much work?
It's a lot of work. I mean, the payout can be decent if we like sell out the room, but like for instance, for tomorrow, we're going to start loading everything into a U-Haul at like 3 p.m. We'll be done setting it up at the venue by like 6:15. Then we run the show, and then we just have to break it all down and put it in the truck and bring it home.
And then take it out the next
And then
day.
take it out that night, because otherwise I got to pay for a U-Haul for 2 days.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And so it's like, you know, not that expensive, but it's just like, it's a lot of work. So like usually we start the day at like 3 and then we're done by like 1.
Yeah.
And it's not a lot. Like, I mean, it's less than when you like, it's 8 hours, like whatever, but 9 hours. But it's like just tiring, and I'd love to have my own venue, but the economy's fucked. Everything, real estate's expensive. Like renting a place is super expensive. Getting a liquor license is expensive, you know, all that shit. So I haven't committed to that yet. But I would like to figure out a way to do the venue, to go back to the basement. Like, and Joe and I have been talking about bringing our monthly show back in the basement.
That'd be
and
sick.
Just like a more of a free format.
Yeah.
Keep it word of mouth and private, so that way it's like I'm not really violating any laws.
What would they really do to you if they caught you again? Would you get a fine, or would they just say,
well,
stop
the
it?
problem, they would, okay, in like normal situations, they would just give me like another cease and desist, which they did already. But when they came and shut me down, they like found a bunch of code violations on my house, and they sued me over it.
Oh, because your house wasn't up to code?
So right now I'm dealing with a bunch of shit with the city that's going to cost me like tens of thousands to get like fixed, because I'm going to have to hire a contractor and like get architect drawings and like do all this shit. And so because they're suing me, they made me sign a thing saying that I wouldn't do the shows anymore. But I told them, I told my lawyer to specifically word it that I wouldn't do anything that would violate PPV laws.
Okay, so you can still do the shows for free.
Exactly. I can do free shows as long as I'm not like advertising publicly and just like, you know, asking for money. But basically, if they want to be dicks, they can hold me in contempt of court over this agreement and then criminally charge me. Yeah. And I'm not like trying to go to jail over running a monthly comedy show in my basement. Like, I love what I put like my soul and my heart into it, but I'm not putting time in fucking jail.
You're not committed.
I guess not, dude.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why we've been taking a little break, because I was just like,
You dealing with some shit.
Yeah, let me just figure this shit out first.
What are you going to college for?
Business.
Business.
Yeah. It's what I started when I was in the Navy. I started taking classes, and then I like bounced around to schools, and then my shit was gonna expire, so I was like, let me find a program, and then no one would let me into a program without doing like 40 credits worth to finish.
Yeah.
And then I found one that was like, take 6 classes and we'll give you your degree, and I was like, let's fucking go.
Fuck yeah.
So I've got 2 more classes. I'll be graduated by August.
What do you want to do with your business degree?
Nothing. Absolutely, I want nothing to do with it.
What do you like doing? Like, what do you just like running comedy shows? You tour with your band. You play all over Chicago.
Yeah,
you film stuff. You just hustling.
I'm trying. Yeah, I like to have a lot of different things going on. Like, I just can't. I did the office gig thing, and I just like fucking was miserable.
Yes.
And like, no matter how much money, unless you're paying me like crazy money, then maybe I go back. But like, I just don't want to do that 9 to 5 shit anymore. And I might have to, because I don't have money right now, and I need to figure out how to pay for this house. But like, you know, how many opportunities you have to like tour the world with a blues legend. So like, that's I was like, let me just focus on that for now.
How'd you get that gig?
Dude,
So you're not just playing the Chicago gigs, you're playing all over.
Yeah, we tour. Like, we were just in Pennsylvania last weekend. We've been in Canada. We're going to Japan in August.
They put you on a flight, or you got to bus it?
A lot of times we drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they'll build like tours around us. We'll go out for like 7 or 8 days and just like hit a bunch of spots, and on our way wherever we're going.
You got to drive to Japan?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're going up through Alaska to Russia, and then.
And you're like and you can do that. It's called, what is it called? The Bering Strait.
I think so. Yeah.
You can't really do it. You used to, but like, now you get a ferry probably.
Something like that.
It would be an insane drive.
I can't imagine there's like a regular ferry that goes from Alaska to Russia though.
No, and you don't. Yeah, right. This is the most aggressive ferry.
Is there another? Just take the 330.
Get on the ferry.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Drink vodka.
Yeah, and then you have to drive through Siberia. I think that's impossible.
That would be cool. Yeah.
It would be cool. You go through. You go up Canada.
Yeah.
Into Alaska.
That's like 60 hours from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over to Siberia, and then you could come down to like Mongolia, China, maybe into even. You can't really go through North Korea now, can you?
No, you can't.
I'd say you stop at China, and then you got to get some sort of ferry to.
Yeah, exactly.
The Japan.
You could do it. I'm sure.
I
bet there's someone in like a Volkswagen van from the 70s that's done that drive.
No way. Dude, they would have made a documentary about that.
Probably.
We should make a documentary about the Humboldt Jungle and submit it to film festivals, and then you don't have to get a job.
Yeah, but I don't know how much do film festivals pay. You win you win once.
No, you win, and then you get the movie put on places.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know if the Humboldt Jungle would do well at the box office.
I think it would. I don't think it would do well at the box office. I think it'll do well on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly, right.
But it's a cool story, man. I think it's great.
I mean, I've got like 300 hours of videos.
Really?
From shows, yeah. Music and comedy, just from filming. And I just like don't know what the fuck to do with it.
Does your band often play the music, or do you have
when we do the pop-ups and like at the comedy shows, I would have like a couple friends. My buddy Anthony Space, he's like a legendary blues keyboard. He plays everything. Legendary keyboard player in Chicago. He's toured with like Mavis Staples and like a lot of really big names. So he does we do like a trio or a 4-piece, and so I'll just have like a couple friends come and we'll just like jam for an hour while people come in, do the comedy, and then everyone goes home.
That's crazy. That's fun.
Yeah. It's fun, yeah.
I have an idea. Why don't you, there's so much footage and audio, why don't you start like a way to catalog all that for all these artists, and then somehow have people who need music can buy that.
That's interesting. The problem is that not all the audio is great.
You just gotta work on that, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, I have like.
That's a very needed thing.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I could do that because a lot of the cameras, like all the cameras pick up audio individually. So like if I just tone that back and cleaned it up a little bit, like the mixes aren't bad. They're just like shotgun mics on the Blackmagic. So that's actually a pretty cool idea because there's a lot of we have jam sessions that are like 5 hours long, and it's just like a bunch of really killing local musicians who come through and play and like make shit up and whatever. And it's like,
think of a platform that you could, have like a way for people to find stuff like that.
Yeah, interesting. Let's talk offline about that.
What? Yeah.
Just on this topic, but
Yeah.
when you go to these shows, don't they have like a mix board or anything?
Yeah, and we usually get them when we do pop-ups, and I record the mix. I mix it myself at the house, and then I'll do a multi-track a lot of the times. But for like 2 years, I didn't do that because I just had like a shitty mixer, and then I got a Midas board, and then I started doing it. But like I'm not the best sound engineer, so and I don't have like money to pay someone. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, you know.
No, you good. We're talking shop. We're doing the shop part of the chop shop.
Exactly right.
This is the shop part of chop shop.
Camera on us back here.
Yeah, we want to get one up there that goes back to the
That'll be like an overhead view.
the producer's view.
No.
Nick always says stuff and then goes, nah. And then like a day later, he's like, so we doing that? What? So you grew up in Chicago your whole life for the most part.
Suburbs, yeah.
Sure.
I've been in Chicago for like 9 years.
land.
Yeah, exactly.
What was your favorite food place growing up?
Favorite food place? Fucking Michael's.
I was gonna say Michael's was my favorite, dude.
No,
the
hot dog spot in Highland Park.
They have
And Once
one
Upon
in,
a Bagel also.
My family still goes to Once Upon a Bagel. We do it for
dude.
all like Yom Kippur.
Yeah,
Shana,
exactly.
The whole thing.
I love that place.
Once Upon a Bagel was great. Michael's was my favorite. They had one by me in, I think, what was it? It's in Buffalo Grove, I think.
A Michael's?
Yeah, it was on 22 and Buffalo Grove Road.
Oh, okay. I know.
Not too far from the high school. Yeah, dude, the best cheese fries.
Oh, dude, the Merck's cheddar.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
Merck's cheddar is better. That's all I
It
can
really
say.
is.
The cheese is Merck's, like a
It's like
melted
a-
Merck's.
Yeah, it's like a Wisconsin cheese. It's fucking thick and just delicious. Like anytime I go somewhere and they're like, you want cheese fries? They give me nacho cheese. I'm like,
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here,
Disgusting,
dude.
motherfucker.
I think we need to go film a discussion part 2 of this at this restaurant.
Yeah.
Michael's closed.
Did they?
The one by me did. Is the one?
Oh,
is the
and
main
Highland
one
Park is still open,
Oh,
yeah.
thank God! You know what
yeah.
was great about their hot dog? And I agree. We got to talk about the food there. What was great about their hot dogs was they always had a good snap to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Michael's would be a great sponsor.
Shit.
Did you ever go to Paradise Pup?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, the best
it sounds so familiar.
burger place. It was on River Road. It's kind of by Milwaukee Airport.
It's closed? It's still open?
It's still open.
Yeah.
But it's like a 12 to 4 cash only joint Monday through Saturday
Oh,
or Tuesday through
love
Saturday.
those places, dude.
Dude, they don't have anywhere to eat inside. You got to eat in your car or like on your car.
Yeah. They probably have like a little ledge outside. That
They
you can
do.
eat, yeah.
And there's a little ledge inside, but if you eat there, you're a piece of shit and disgusting because the line's long and everybody hates you. But dude, check that one out. What were some of your favorite local bands like growing up in that area? Like I remember we had a lot.
I don't know. I feel like I wasn't really tapped into music back then, like as much.
Too
I
much
had
coke.
Yeah, right. No, I was like a fucking burnout skater kid.
You were a
I didn't
skater.
even play music back then. Really, I never really. I started playing drums like 4.5, 5 years ago, and
And now you play bass or just drums?
no, just I can noodle around on the bass, but
Okay.
I'm a drummer.
You play drums?
Yeah.
I didn't realize
drums.
that. Okay,
I play.
cool.
I started on guitar like I don't know, fucking 8 years ago, and then
Yeah.
then I picked up the drums, and like I don't even fucking 2021, and then just like started taking that like really seriously.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah, drums have always like appealed to me. I love drummers because it's so hard to find a drummer. That when
Dude,
you
there's
find a
so many
drummer
drummers.
and you get it. Well, you have to find a good drummer.
Yeah.
There's so many people who have a drum kit, and you go to jam, and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, being tapped in the community that
Yeah.
I've been fortunate enough to be in is like Chicago's known as like a rhythm section city.
Yeah.
So like there's some
interesting.
especially because the gospel scene here.
Yeah,
There's a lot of insane gospel musicians that are just like the best drummers and bass players you'll ever and keyboards, dude. Like
Dude.
they just fucking rip.
Black Church rips out great rhythm sections.
They really do.
I used to have a gig with my buddy Ken Stebley. Shout out Ken. He plays for a band called Spocket. You know who they are?
Yeah. Kevin is the bass player.
Kevin is the bass player,
Yeah.
and Luke's the drummer.
Yeah.
Luke
I know Kevin better.
Yeah.
Than,
Well, Ken I grew up with.
Spocket played at my place.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ken I grew up with, and we went to music school together, and then we went our own ways, and then we kind of came back
Nice.
a little bit. But there was a gig in it was somewhere on the south side. It was a Baptist church. And we would just play like these like 4-chord songs, but they would like fucking rip, dude. Like
yeah,
it was actually
some quartet.
Yeah, it was kind of like you had to like pay attention, or like they'd be like switching up the rhythms. They'd be like, all right, now we're doing 5/4, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. I played in church for a little bit a few years ago, but I was playing at the Mines like till 4:30 in the morning, and then I have to be at church at like 9:30, and I was just like,
"It's way cooler."
I just like the church didn't pay enough to get my ass up after 4 hours and drive all the way down to like 78th Street.
Yeah, for real.
It was fun, but
it's a fun thing to do, but yeah, it's not a every week.
I would take I'm not doing the Mines like that frequently. It's like once a month we're there for like 3 days. So I would definitely try to get another church gig, but it's hard. It's competitive.
Yeah. That's sick though. I wanted to ask you something else. I was asking you about music, and then I wanted to ask you I didn't remember, but that's okay. You a big sports fan?
Not really.
Not really?
No. I like sports. I'll go to game. Like fucking, you want to go to see anybody? I don't give a shit. It's a stadium. I'm there. But like, I don't watch it.
It's a hangout.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. Yeah, that's why I love Cubs games, because you could just go sit in the bleachers, find people you know.
Yeah.
Eat a couple hot dogs really fast. And
yeah, exactly. There's this website, VetTix, that gives like free tickets to veterans.
And so like get veteran benefits.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, like, I fucked my back up when I was in the Navy, and so I get a disability every month, which is great, and it helps with my mortgage. But like, I'd take a fully able body any day of the week.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
You know,
how'd you hurt your back?
Just heavy lifting. When we were decommissioning the first ship I was on, we were in charge of like all the firefighting systems, and there's this thing called Halon, and it's like, yeah, that's it. But yeah, dude, I get free tickets to like Cubs games, Sox games, Bears games, never Bulls games. So fuck you guys. But
first of all, Bulls tickets are almost free.
That's true.
Were for most of the season.
Yeah, that's true. But like, this is like, we'd get 100 row, like a Black Hawks tickets.
Like 6 seats.
Yeah, dude, I'd be at the 100 level for $15 for 4 tickets.
Would they call you out and be like, the Navy crew of...
No, dude, I've never gotten that.
The one pump chump.
There's always, yeah, right. There's always like the whole, we're honoring these veterans tonight. And then we'll stand up and like honor the veterans. And then my friends are all like, they're veterans too. And then like 40 other dudes in the section are like, so are we. Like, no one gives a fuck.
No one's saluting us.
But yeah, I see a bunch of cool concerts. Like I've seen like Journey and fucking Goo Goo Dolls, like a bunch of big bands. Not like that I'm big fans of Goo Goo Dolls, like, but like those are just the first two that popped into my head. But like,
dude, you go to the concerts, nobody else is getting tickets.
Yeah, for real. That's why they give them. They're like, this shit's so undersold, dude. Put 500 tickets on VetTix, and I'm just like, yo, my 45-year-old, 50-year-old family friend's gonna love this one. Hey, you want to go?
And they get a write-off for inviting you to this concert.
100%, dude. Yeah, definitely. That's why they do it.
First of all, I would go to a Goo Goo Dolls concert in a heartbeat.
It was a great show, dude.
Yeah,
fucking Cheap Trick, they were great.
I love Cheap Trick,
but they're great.
I've seen Journey 3 times, so I make fun of you with like because I also seen them. I saw Journey with Aerosmith, which was actually a great concert.
I would go, dude, 100%.
Journey with Def Leppard and Motley Crue.
I've seen them. I saw Motley Crue and Def Leppard.
Yeah, they tour a lot. It was Tinley Park always.
This was when I was in Virginia still.
Oh, okay.
But it was a great show, dude. Fucking Kiss, dude. It was great.
Kiss is cool. That's a cool one.
Yeah. But yeah, not a big sports fan.
Yeah.
I mean, I love baseball. I don't love it enough to follow it.
Yeah.
But if like I'm at someone's house and they're like, oh, we're watching the game, I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Fuck yeah, let's watch the game.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. This has been fun. I don't have, I think we're about at an hour. We had an hour, Nick? 52. Huh? 52 minutes? 52 minutes. I don't know. Do you have anything you want to plug? You got anything coming up we could talk about? Some upcoming Humboldt Jungle pop-ups?
Yeah, I mean, besides we're at Bee Kitchen tomorrow, we just announced our show at Three Top Lounge at the Salt Shed.
Oh, what you doing the Salt Shed?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like the main room.
Yeah,
it's
but
like
their side room, outside area?
No, it's like they've got a 3rd floor lounge space.
Oh, it's almost like the foundation room then, yeah.
Kind of like the foundation room, yeah, exactly. That's on May 28th. We're doing that show, and then we just announced G-Man Tavern. We're back there for another show on the 24th of June. We're doing, I think, Sleeping Village in July.
Sleeping Village is one of my favorites.
It's a great spot. We're gonna be back at the Promontory, I think, in August or September. And
You guys got a whole run.
Yeah, I'm trying to build it up to the point where like our goal is to be able to do like a big blowout show in like November, December, and like go sell like 900 tickets to like Bagel Hall or something like that.
That'd be so cool. Fuck yeah.
And kind of just like bouncing around places. So like, yeah, come to one of our shows, please. Work really hard on this. Would love to have you. Got like amazing lineups. I think Dan DeSimo's headlining tomorrow.
Nice.
And you know, yeah, I don't even know who's on the other ones. Joe books them.
Sick.
Yeah.
Well, this has been cool, man. Thanks for the time.
Dude, thanks for having me.
We'll bleep out all the N-word stuff.
Yeah, please
we'll
do.
Get rid of that. Don't
Actually,
worry.
leave one. I just want people to know I'm real.
Let you know that. Let them know he's dangerous. Don't fuck with him.
No, please. No, don't say the N-word.
Well, if you're still here, subscribe and follow to the Chop Shop. We need it. It means a lot to us. BK's Chop Shop, right here.
Right here.
there. Right fucking there.
Yeah.
All right, have a good day.